I get a lot of inspiration from living out on the land. Sometimes I'll see a sunset here at home that's just like really vivid. A lot of the weavings I do now, they're known for being super bold. And so with the Brights collection, I get to show not only how my weaving and my style has changed, but it also celebrates skateboarding. It's really cool that I get to share another side of me that's as unconventional as skateboarding, because it also shows how multifaceted we are as Native peoples. We can do those traditional art forms, but it also can be more modern. It feels so surreal. It truly is a dream come true to be able to have my name on a tag right alongside Polo Ralph Lauren.
Naiomi Glasses.
It's like the seeds of inspiration started here at home on the land that I love, and they went all the way around the world, and now I get to see them here back at home, on the people that I love most, on the land where it all started, and it's just so beautiful seeing that tie-in.
Now, bringing back Jai Al-Attas and introducing our first CFC spotlight, Naiomi Glasses.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here today.
Oh, thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
So we just saw a video of you skateboarding on the reservation for Ralph Lauren, and after it said artist in residence. You are the first artist in residence for Ralph Lauren. Can you explain what that means? What is the artist in residence at Ralph Lauren?
So the artist in residence at Ralph Lauren is a program to help with moving away from inspiration to actually working with the people from which the designs come from. And as a Navajo weaver who weaves traditional Navajo rugs, it was so beautiful to be able to be the inaugural artist in residence. And it's something that I am the inaugural artist in residence. I'm so excited to see exactly what doors it opens for the next Indigenous artists after me.
Well, you just, I saw that you had a few drops with them for clothing, but then you now have a partnership on their homewares as well with your brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, how did that come about?
Well, that one, it came about because they had been working with me already, and they had said, well, when I first started working with Ralph Lauren, actually, let's go back.
Yeah.
They had told me that I was on a list of artists that they wanted to work with, and at the very top of their list. And they also had said, Tyler, my brother, is also on their list. And we were like, okay, well, that's cool. Like, we can't wait to see how we could work together. And when it came to it, we had gone through the 3 collections with Polo. And I bring my family with me everywhere I go. So even right now, they're out in the crowd. My brother's right there, my mom's right there, my dad's up there.
Hey, Dad.
And I'm so grateful I get to bring my own family with me, because in my culture, family means so much. And it also brings so much authenticity to be able to walk into these rooms and have my family there with me. And So I had gone through the 3 collections of Polo Ralph Lauren, and we were like, we'd love to, they told me that they wanted to bring Tyler on, and so we decided that we would work on a home collection with them. And that was really fun because my brother and I, we weave together, we do so many things together that working with Ralph Lauren together was just the icing on the cake, really.
Yeah.
Especially growing up, like loving Ralph Lauren.
Yeah. Well, I remember, I'd love for you to share this story because I remember, so I've known Naiomi for 5 years now. I'm very proud of her. She's amazing. But we met 5 years ago. You went through one of our programs, and you told me on a call that one of your favorite brands was Ralph Lauren. Can you go just like a quick kind of overview? How did this happen? Like what the journey that you took?
Wow, it was quite the journey, honestly. So it started with, honestly, a dream that was planted in the Phoenix Ralph Lauren store as a child. My mom, Cynthia, would always take me there, and we would shop, you know, the clothing. And I would see at the time, they bought vintage native jewelry. And I would see this jewelry in the cases, and I would think, you know, that'd be so cool one day to be able to curate the pieces that go into those cases. And also, I remember at that time, they were making clothing inspired by Navajo weavings. And I would see those pieces, and I was like, those remind me of what my grandma weaves. And at that time, I wasn't weaving yet. But then by the time I started weaving, from 16 on up, my mom had asked me if there was anything I could see with weaving, because I took a gap year before I was supposed to go to college and become a veterinarian. And I told my parents, I just want to take this gap year to explore weaving and really get the hang of it and like see how it goes, what I can do with it. And as the gap year is coming to a close, my mom's like, so are you going to school? What's happening? And I told her, I think I'm just gonna stick with this weaving thing because I really genuinely just love it. And she was like, well, you can't be like a starving artist. And she's like, so what are you planning on doing with your weaving? And I told her, well, the dream is to eventually design floor rugs, blankets, and maybe even clothing one day. And so my mom is very intentional, and she said, well, if there's like certain brands you want to work with, maybe you should take the time to write down what brands those are. And I was like, okay, so like we did this whole little list, we prayed over it. And at the very top of the list though was Ralph Lauren. And that was back in, I feel like 2016 when that dream was first written down. And so now in 2023 is when the first collection with Polo Ralph Lauren released. And it also happened because I had gone through the Creative Futures program.
You didn't have to say that.
But you know,
that's not what I was looking for.
It's true though, because I was, you know, you probably remember when I would talk with you about how I wanted to work for Ralph Lauren one day and design things for them. And I remember at that time just thinking like, I'm this girl who lives in the middle of nowhere. And I had never even been to New York at that point either. So I didn't even know what that whole world was like. And I remember one of the things that we did was like, I had told you, I kept telling you I wanted to work with Ralph Lauren. And then you eventually met someone that worked at Ralph Lauren, and her name's Sloan. And then you said that, I remember Sloan had said that they had been trying to get in contact with me. And so that was wild because at that point I had just been posting my weavings on Instagram, my work, and just showing the world the beauty of our Navajo culture within today's lens. And I guess the people at the Ralph Lauren corporate offices, the higher-ups, had seen my content and wanted to work with me, but they just didn't know how to get in contact with me. So then
I helped make that happen.
Yeah, you helped make that happen.
Well,
So-
I want to touch on that for a second, not the introduction, but the working with Navajo. So one of the things Naiomi, this is actually, I think, the first time this happened. So we just ran a program this year, a Creative Futures program, kind of like a workforce development and mentorship program. And Naiomi wanted to partner with us because she wanted to provide some scholarships specifically for like Native and Indigenous talent to go through our program. And she pulled in Ralph Lauren to fund it. So it was awesome. It was the first time, like the whole thing, yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it was just so cool because like, our whole thing with Creative Futures is we want to kind of be a launch pad for young creatives so that they have a platform to pay it forward. And for it to come back that fast is like incredible. So thank you for that. But I do want to ask you, like, why, you've mentioned, your heritage and living on the res, but why is it so important for you to kind of, to pay it forward and get more opportunities for Native creatives?
It's so important to me to get these opportunities for Native creatives because I see so much talent on, even just on my own reservation, but I'm sure even, like, I just see it all across Indian country. And I think it's just beautiful that we're all able to make this work happen. However, there are people that just don't notice. And so with the Creative Futures program that we created, I wanted to bring spotlight to more creatives like that. And then even within the own, my Polo Ralph Lauren campaigns, I remember walking in to the offices and it was like, before I had even fully designed the clothes, I told them from the very beginning, my dream is to have an all Indigenous cast in front of the camera, but also as many Indigenous creatives we can have behind the camera. So we had Ryan Redcorn as one of the photographers, and he's Osage, and Darren Sells, who's Navajo, and she lives literally just like up the street from us, and that's
2 hours away.
Well, actually, she lives like maybe 20 minutes away. So, and yeah, and then having the models being like, there was Quanah Chasing Horse, we had Philip Bread, we had Pichon Bread, Hud Oberly, and just such amazing Indigenous creatives, and being able to showcase that. And then also, I was like, how else can we take this a step further and support community and even my artists, like the artist community that we're around. And so I was like, I really love the vintage jewelry that Ralph Lauren makes. However, I think it'd be even more powerful if we were able to work with living artists. And so I was able to bring on 6 different artist families that all had silversmithing work and showcase their jewelry pieces alongside my work in the stores online. And that was 6 families, but it was like maybe 20 plus people.
Yeah.
And so I was really grateful to be able to do that.
And this is like a global campaign. Like your clothes are available all over the world,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. I think you got into town early. You went to the Beverly Hills store here and you have a display there right now, right?
Yeah.
For
So
the
if you
home
go
stuff.
if you go to the Ralph Lauren store on Rodeo Drive, you see some of my brother Tyler and I's home pieces in their front window display. And then I even have a sweater with Ralph Lauren collection that is also just in the window display. So I'm really grateful to be able to have that visibility for everyone else.
Yeah, and you're really you're a trailblazer now. You are. Before we wrap, I'd love to ask for any advice for the young creatives in here about how they can. You created your own path, 100%. Like for those that don't know, so Naomi's like incredibly modest. Outside of the partnerships with Ralph Lauren, she works with a ton of brands like Nike and Microsoft and a bunch of other stuff, and she has her own weaving company, which does really well, and she's been in like Vogue and Harper's Bazaar and all this stuff. Like, she's incredible. She's absolutely incredible. We couldn't be prouder. But yeah, any advice for people that are kind of looking to make their own way in the world?
Ooh. I think my advice to everyone is to be authentic to who you are, because the world needs that authenticity. And don't be afraid to dream, really, because as I mentioned earlier, I'm this girl who is located in the absolute middle of nowhere. Like, my nearest store is like a Walmart, I guess, is like a big store, is 2 hours away. And I had never been to New York prior to 2021. And
we went together, right?
Yeah, we went together. That was the first time I had been to New York, when I did the internship with Gabriella Hearst, and the pieces debuted at New York Fashion Week. And so it was, just like, don't be afraid to dream, but also like really work hard towards those dreams. Like, it's like beautiful to be able to dream and everything, but also work on making those dreams a reality. And so whether it's like getting out there and like putting yourself out there, because I'm someone who's totally shy, honestly. So I think like just not being afraid to like just chat with people and putting yourself out there and be authentic to who you are.
Excellent. Well, thank you for that, Naiomi, and thank you for everything. Everyone, give it up to Naiomi Glasses.